So Atli, how do you want to start this? You want to introduce
Uh,
yourself and then I'll do the honors?
yeah. So my name is Atli Már. I am here for Rafhjörnssamband Íslands or RISI, and we are here to have a conversation with Ivan about college in North America for esports competitors. So we're really interested to get to know more, and we're going to be answering some of your questions. Ivan is going to talk about how it all works. And if you have any questions, just go straight ahead and use the chat to talk to us about it, and we will uh, answer. And even it will be a conversation between us two to give as much details as we possibly can to you guys. So, Ivan, go ahead.
Yes. Yeah, so my name is Ivan, and I'm founder of Esportian. In Esportian, we guide and negotiate esports scholarships and also academic scholarships for uh, international students. Okay, we guide you through the exam preparation, the English exams that you have to take, the university placement, admissions process, visa process, and we also support you in your university years. Okay, and yeah, aside from that, I'm also a university teacher in Barcelona, Spain, where I'm based, and yeah, excited to have this call. This live webinar with Atli and inform you more about the opportunities that exist in North America, both US and Canada, in terms of the collegiate esports programs, the opportunities they give, and how you can balance both esports and academics.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun webinar. I want to ask you, how has the landscape of esports scholarships evolved over time, and what factors have contributed to the increase in programs and scholarship funds?
Yes, so basically, for almost 15 years, it's been like collegiate programs offering this initiative to students, and yeah, basically because they know the audience, like the way universities, like attract students is way different, you know, and they know that there's on campus, there's like it was a statistic like almost 80% of students were gamers, and there were no place on campus, to for the students to engage. Most of the students were left out, or there were other activities on campus, but like not gaming. Okay, and from there they started gaming clubs, and then it went into esports, and then they started to build teams and give out scholarships, and yeah, it's been quite professional. Right now, there's programs for gamers. There's programs for every level of player that wants to compete, and yeah, depending on your academic profile, both your average grade, what grade, what mark you achieve in your TOEFL exam, which is your English exam, SAT, and then on the esports side, okay, they measure, okay, like competitive experience you may have, okay, rank, okay, the tracker. So depending on the video game, there's many ways to measure it, and yeah, it's an amazing opportunity both for gamers, for semi-pro or pro players, to get into collegiate, get an education, and also have a backup plan. Or some players, they use collegiate esports as a retirement to extend their careers in
Hmm.
collegiate, get a degree, and then get into the esports business side. Or some of our students, like the most common degrees that students study is computer science and many other engineering
Hmm.
engineerings, apart from also business administration. So not every student um, wants to be in the esports industry to working. Some do,
Hmm.
but the ones that don't, use their talent, their competitive talent, as a tool to finance their studies. Okay, so there's like every student has their objectives, and we're there to like understand, okay, basically what are their objectives, okay, and basically how we can help them. Because one of the ways that we select universities for the students, okay, is based on what degree they want to study. First of all, okay, what yearly budget they have, okay, he compete, but at what level they want to compete. Okay, there's programs that have like 3 times a week of practice. Okay, there's programs that have 4 or 5 hours a day of practice and then competition during the week and the weekends. Okay, so like, at what level do you want to compete? Also, okay, like, is your target being in a varsity team? So in the first team, because an esports program consists of a varsity team, a JV team, which is the development team, and then the club, okay, which is like recreational gamers just having fun, so like, are you willing to go to a more like top program and be in the JV team the first 2 years, or do you want to start straight away in the varsity? Like, there's many factors, okay, that we talk with the student, and first of all, see if they're eligible, if we can help them, and how we can help them.
Yeah, I'm interested to know, like, are there any interested parties that are watching the stream now that have any questions so far to either me or Ivan?
Yeah, it'd be amazing if you guys could engage,
Yeah,
in the
exactly.
chat, so we can answer
Yeah.
the questions there.
Yeah. But I'm gonna ask you another question to keep it going. What are the key eligibility criteria for esports scholarships, and what skills, rank, or game performance do students need to demonstrate?
Yes. So basically, the eligibility criteria. Let's start with academics. Okay. Academics. You need to have a passing grade. Okay. You need to finish your school or be in the last 2 years or year of finishing the school. Okay, but that has to be your objective. If you haven't finished school and you are having trouble and are like, I have to do a full year or full 2 years of school because like I decided to drop school to for X or Y reason, we also guide and support the students in their GEDs. Okay, so the GED here. Hey, Thor. There you go. So the GED is basically like the high school for adults in the US, and we had students basically in 3 to 6 months take the GED, okay, and already they can be eligible for university, okay. So they don't have to finish the school sometimes, because like, especially in video games, let's put an example, like in Rocket League, some players go pro at a very, very young age, and when they're 19, 20 is when they retire, or like, when they're 19, 20 and they say, okay, I'm winning X amount per month, okay, I want to study computer science. When I graduate from computer science, I'm gonna make this much and I'm winning this much. Like, it's worth me competing at a similar level, get a scholarship, and study computer science. So like, yeah.
Well, what about age? Like, is there an age limit? Can you be 40 and apply for a scholarship?
Yes. So in traditional sports, for example, if you compete in the NCAA, which is the athletic league, there's an age limit. NAIA no, but like in esports, okay, they don't go under NCAA or NAIA. They have their own conferences and leagues, so there's no age limit. Okay, you can start a bachelor's degree, whatever age, or a master's degree. There's also, for coaches, a lot of online options. Okay, and for players in Iceland, well, they have to be in person because of like paying reasons. But the coaching options, there are universities, and one of the universities is the one that Thor is going, that they also offer online options for both players and coaches. But if you want to be a player and online, you have to be in Mexico or Canada if you want. But if you're in Iceland, only coaching for online, and if you're a player, you have to be in person, and I mean, live the in-person experience. That's gonna be amazing, and also Thor is gonna have a lot of fun. Also, Thor, come on, I Ask us a few questions. Come on.
Yeah, you have to ask us questions.
Engage.
Yeah. But can you also like apply for the scholarship to be a coach? Can you go there with the like goal to become a coach as well?
Yes, so they do for esports programs. They do offer scholarships for coaches for bachelor's degrees, so undergraduate degrees, the 4-year degrees. Okay, and some universities don't offer scholarships, but they do offer work study positions. Okay, with your student visa. Okay, you can be a full-time student and you get paid X amount per year that we also negotiate. Okay, and that can reduce your cost quite a bit. Also, if you are a coach and you want to do a master's degree, okay, there's the option of work study, which is you do your MBA, you may apply for an academic or international student scholarship, and then the work study, they pay you X amount per year, okay? Or there's the GA positions, the graduate assistant positions, which is basically you're a faculty, like you're an assistant coach, or like assist the esports director, okay? And they basically if you get the GA position, you get a full tuition and part of your housing paid. So you have to pay like 50% of your housing and the food, which is super amazing considering like the cost of the university in the US.
Yeah,
Let's
so
see.
we have the first question in Icelandic. So what can you study in school, and is there a lot of variety that you could choose from?
Yes, so there's a lot of variety. So let's do it the reverse way. Let's do like degrees that we do not recommend to study in the US. Okay, so if you want to study medicine, okay, in the US, medicine is like first you have to do the pre-med, so you have to go to undergraduate school. You can study biology or even pre-med itself, okay, but then you have to do another 4 years in med school, okay, and that doesn't count the specialization, which is another two years, and your degree, if you want to go back to Iceland, does not convalidate. Okay, law, same thing. Okay, physiotherapy, yes, the same thing, and dentistry. Okay, those 4 are the ones that we don't recommend. The rest, yes, any business, any engineering, okay, any languages, yes.
So you can go and study business. You can go and study
computer science,
computer
mechanical
science.
engineering, yeah.
Yeah, so basically you can go and study anything you want to, and also focus on esports, competing as a team and stuff like that. Is that correctly understood?
Of course, yes. You have a practice schedule. Okay, so as a student athlete, okay, first the program will give you the practice schedule and the competitive schedule, and you will be with your teammates and with all the other athletes. Okay, choosing the classes first. Okay, because before traditional students, because you want to make sure that your classes align with your schedule, and usually you do your classes in the morning, okay, and then in the evening it's the practice and competitions. There's competitions online, and there's also LAN events, okay. Every program usually goes to like 3-4 LAN events a year. There's programs that go like more than 4 a year, and I mean, LAN events is the best thing because like they cover your flights, they cover your food, your hotel, the entry fees, and the great thing about esports that is that all the prize pools that you win in Collegiate or in playing pro tournaments with your university team go straight to the players. Okay. So there's some variable income there, okay, that we cannot guarantee, but if you win, okay, like Thor is going to go to a CS team, that they win everything in Collegiate, so probably he's gonna catch a lot of prize pool there.
Nice. So it's basically like college football and stuff like that. Like they have they can study whatever they want, and then they play football on the side. It's like a similar thing, but doing esports, right?
Yes, and some programs also in esports programs require them to do like 2 or 3 times a week of workouts, okay, or physical activities, depending on the program as well. Yeah.
Okay, nice. So I see Thor has lent us some questions, and he asked, what esports games are eligible for scholarships in North America?
29 for now. Okay, so we have CS, we have Rocket, we have Rainbow Six, we have Valorant, we have League of Legends. Like which ones do you play? And I'll tell you if there. Yeah, there's a lot.
Okay, so if there's some people here in the chat and they play games, just let us know which games you are playing, and we can tell you if it's a game that is eligible. Then Thor asks again, what are the requirements for getting a scholarship in North America?
Okay, we already said it. Thought you have to pay attention. No, no, but yes. So the academic requirements, I'm gonna repeat them. Okay, are you need the English. There's a test for English. You do the TOEFL exam or the Duolingo. Okay. Um, then you have your average grade has to be a passing grade. Okay. You have to be finishing or have finished your schooling, your high school. If not, we have options like the GED that I just mentioned, which is the high school for American adults, which is honestly like every student that did it, okay, like passed it without a problem. And I'm talking about like students that were not in school for like 3 to 5 years, okay, and they just studied. So like it's nothing very complicated, you know. And sometimes instead of like going back to school in your home country and doing that full year that you have to finish, you do the GED, okay, and you're eligible to go to university. So we also advise that, and depending on what the student wants, yeah. And on the esports side, yeah, tell me.
Yeah, one says Fortnite. That's one of the games is eligible, right?
Yeah. In Fortnite, yeah, we also work with a lot of gamers, esport players that you may know, Nosy. So Nosy, he played in Fanatics for 5 years. We're working with him right now. He's from Argentina, US. We are also working with Beehive. He's from Sweden as well. And then other gamers, well, you might know it, but like they're students, you know, that play Fortnite like on their own, you know, like hit their own thing, and they can get a few $1,000s of esports scholarships aside from their academic, and they're like, yeah, great, you know. So not everyone is a top esports player.
Okay, so for the people that are in here, like, do you have to be like top esports player like you talk about now, or can you be a mediocre player and actually become better, or a beginner? Like, can you be a beginner in Fortnite and actually go on a esports grant?
Not everyone is a Thor, okay. So yeah, so basically like you can be like even like just game for fun, not have any competitive experience, okay. And there's an esport program, okay, in the club team or the JB, the like development team that can develop you. And depending on your objective, if your objective is just to have fun, okay, and be part of a club and compete against other universities, but with no pressure, and like you do your own, you know, schedules, perfect. If you are a recreational gamer, but like you want to take it in the next, like to the next level, okay, and you're in university doing your degree, there's also that possibility, okay.
Yeah.
But the better you're academically and the better you are competitively, the higher the scholarship. But some students, you know, so depends on your level of English, okay, your budget, what you want to study, okay, and where in the US or Canada you want to study, okay. Because like if, for example, you want to go to California, the state of California has universities, okay, that basically they offer no scholarship, academic or esports. And if you don't have like a bigger budget, we cannot work with you. There's other regions in the States where like they have esports programs that give more scholarship, okay. So also the preferences of the student, okay, we have to know them very deeply, and then based on that we can tell them how we can work with them, or if we can work with them.
I think that maybe answers the question Thor had. Like, he was asking more of like what requirements do you have for like as a for esports, and I think you just answered that. And then he asks again, what are the benefits of having Esportian help you get a scholarship rather than doing it yourself?
Yes. So well, the main one, okay, is that we save you time and money. Money, because I know all the esports directors in the top 25 esports programs, okay, and we also collaborate with 1,200 universities. So I know them. I know how to talk to them. I know the recruiting needs, okay. I know how much budget they have for every team, okay, and because we usually send them students every year, okay, we have preferences in like how much budget they give us for our students, okay.
Hmm.
If you go by yourself, you're like, yeah, and the sport director will say, this is how much I can give you, and you're going to say like, okay,
Yeah.
and
I think
that's it.
also maybe it could be a little be like too hard for a person to go and like look at all the schools and try to get all the information, and then you have to you know, like there's a lot of information that you probably get, and I think it's probably better to have someone like Esportian like help you go through it. You know, it's like it's a lot. Like you don't know all the schools. You have to have connections. Like it's a lot of stuff. I've actually myself applied for like a school in Denmark, and it was really hard to do it by myself. So having somebody help you do this and also like play esports, like you also have to know, do these colleges have, you know, esport programs, stuff like that. So, and
Yeah,
it's a good question, Thor. Like it's a really good
yeah,
question. We of course know that you recommend it because you're going yourself. So um, so yeah, if you have more questions, guys, just ask in the chat, and we'll try to, or we will answer as detailed as we can. I have another question for you.
yeah.
Which universities in North America are leading in offering esports scholarships, and what specific benefits do they provide, such as team structure, funding, and training facilities?
In general, or in the specific video game of the person that asked the question? I can do in
Uh,
general,
it's
and
in
then
general.
okay. So yes, in terms of esport programs, okay, we have the University of Akron that we work with very closely, Northwood University, okay, Fisher College, okay, uh, which one else? The University of Mississippi, Ole Miss, okay, like especially in League of Legends, they're very big, okay. Now like Uprising, Cumberland University in Tennessee is small, but like very good university for the esport program, okay. So yes, if you are more specific in what video game, I can be more specific on the universities, because like esport programs, okay, usually have like 4 to 5 video games, like teams, okay, and
Hmm.
some even have more. But yes, so like the same university that is top in Fortnite is not going to be top in League of Legends usually, okay. But
Hmm.
yeah, there's esport programs that have more budget than others. Yeah.
We have some people asked about Counter Strike and Fortnite.
Yes.
Maybe you can
Okay.
answer about Counter Strike and Fortnite.
Okay. So in Counter Strike, I mean the top one is Fisher College, and then I would do Northwood, Syracuse, and Ohio State. Yeah. In
Hmm.
Fisher College, where Thor is gonna go, like we have students that we also send, which is like Alex from Sweden. Like then we have like a guy from Belgium, Kripo, and then oh, you're gonna kill me, but another guy from the Netherlands. Hopefully, he's not listening to this because but yeah, yeah, and yeah. So and then no, we also work with them. Uh, Ohio State as well, although the esports scholarships are not that great. And Syracuse is a very good academic school as well. Syracuse University in the state of New York. Yeah.
How can students that are interested in this, like, maybe see the training facilities, or like, do you have any pictures to display for the interested parties, or like, is there anything they can
For
see?
our students. So as you may know, like we do have and I'm always present, okay, myself, because I do the placement specifically.
Hmm.
I'm in the calls with the esport director and the student, okay, and if we usually say like, can you show the facilities around, or
Hmm.
like the the director may share a presentation as well. But then in the internet, not all esport programs have videos of their facilities. Some do, but yeah, we always ask them, show us around the facility, stuff like this. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So you can't actually access it until you go through the process of applying for a scholarship.
There's universities that show them on YouTube or in the social media, the facilities. Yes, we can share some links and stuff like this, or even talks with esports directors. We didn't do them a lot this year, but on the previous years, we had like talks with I don't know how many esports directors about their programs. So like you can access them in our YouTube channel. Yeah.
I think it would be pretty good for the people in here to if they could have some links to see some pictures of the facilities if you have them.
Okay, let's see. Let's see. Look, Syracuse University. Look, I'm gonna share this one here, Syracuse. Okay, I'm gonna share. The one that Thor is going. Okay, I'm
looks
gonna
really
share
nice.
Ohio State.
That looks
And also
really
like
cool.
yeah, we also because depending on the student, okay, if they also may like more like universities that are more in the middle of the city, some suburban, rural, depending on the university size, okay, do they want large universities, okay, do they like mid, small? Each one of them has their advantages and disadvantages. So we also like when they talk about their preferences, we also ask that to them, and that's how we also segment more in depth. Yeah.
It's so hard to show what we can do in competitive because we play on 50, 60 ping when almost everyone have 10 or less, and I qualified on solo cast cup, which is top 600, and I got top 200 on NAC server, which I get 140 ping. Yeah, you should definitely apply then,
And
Jens.
they know.
And yeah,
And they know that, and yeah, the level in NA in depending on what video game is one, and the level here is another one, and the coaches know.
yeah.
That's why they love the international students,
Talking about coaches, how can a student get noticed by college esport coaches during their recruitment process?
Well, okay, so let's divide it into parts. Okay, basically, social media is a big one. Okay, extra LinkedIn. Okay, the thing is like if you talk to the esports director yourself, directly be very careful about like the numbers they say and everything because it can be very confusing. Maybe like the amount of scholarship they offer is not what you're gonna end up paying. Like budget is one thing, like scholarship. So like if you do the process with us, okay, we make sure first of all by contract we guarantee university offers based on the budget that we agree on. Okay, so like we cannot work with every student because not every student, okay, like depending on the preferences, you will need a specific budget. Okay, so if we agree that everything by contract, we guarantee university offers. So in the recruitment process, okay, we are the ones representing you as a player. Okay, we construct a profile. Okay, academic, esports, preferences, any extracurricular activities that you've done outside esports, like any interests. Okay, because that also helps for your admissions process. Okay, and we have calls with esports directors. We negotiate. Okay, always a bit lower if we can, but we negotiate. And when we have formal offers, okay, we send them to you by email, and then we jump on the call with the esports director and the student. Okay, and we also give them some templates, okay, on how to communicate with them on Discord, how to communicate, like what questions, academic questions, or about the esport program questions, or post graduation questions to ask to the esports directors, because like at the end of the day, not everything is esports. Okay, important questions like, let's say, like, does the university require you to have an internship to graduate? Okay, because if you don't have that practical experience, okay, just go on YouTube, and learn. Like, universities are there for the network, okay, and for you to have that also, that practical experience. Post graduation, the degree that you want to study, what is the average salary post graduation? Okay, how much am I investing in my education? How much am I getting? Stuff like this. It's super important questions that students don't even think when they choose a university. They just choose a university, maybe like, oh, the esports program is super cool. Oh yeah, let's go. And then they graduate with a piece of paper that, so like, it's very important also, like, to select a university not only because of the esports program, but like on the 360. And we also guide the students in that sense.
How long are you in school, and where do you go after you finish?
School, undergraduate, bachelor degrees is 4 years. Although when I went to the States myself, well, it was a long time ago, but I did it in 3 years and a half, because I did 18 credits instead of 15 credits. So usually you do like 5 classes a semester. That's pretty chill. But I did 6. Your scholarship covers up to 6 classes, so you can finish the degree if you want in 3 years and a half. But it's 4. And masters or MBA or any master's degree usually is like 2 years. There are master's degrees that are 1 year, so that would depend on the university. So I cannot tell you. So depending on the university and what your objective is, if to have a 2-year master's or 1 year master's. But yeah, 1 year, 2 years for masters, and undergraduate bachelor's degree 4 years on average.
So you can be there for 3.5 to 5 years.
Yes.
If you want to get your master's, that is.
Yes, and also it's like 4 months. So from August to December, this is the first semester, which is like the fall semester. Then you can go back home if you want for 1 month, and then from January to May is the spring semester, and then you can go back home for 3 months if you want. But honestly, the first year I did that, but the second to fourth year I stayed working on internships or competing. Okay, and yeah, basically that. But like, every student can do whatever they want.
It depends what you want to do, where you go after. Like, once you finish your degree, you can get a maybe work license in the US, or go back home, or get a job opportunity while studying. Or is that correctly understood?
Yes. So because you have a student visa, okay, you are allowed to work on campus or off campus with internship. Okay, not in whatever job off campus. Okay, although some of our students, like especially the coaches, okay, like do like some are Metafy and and monetize through that. They have their bank account, let's say, in Iceland, and the money goes in Iceland, and the US government can track it. So or some players do other stuff, and now in online, like, there's a lot of opportunities to gain money. But like, if you don't, like, on campus in the esports program, there's many work opportunities. Also in the cafeteria, in other sports teams, in the laboratory, like, there's a lot of jobs on campus that international students can access. Regarding after graduation with a bachelor's degree, you can apply for an OPT, it's called, and you can stay 1 year working in the US, and then if you stay long or not, it will depend in the company if they sponsor you with their working visa, or you can marry someone in the US.
That's a bonus question.
Yeah, but students that love, we can do a course, steps to get married. No, but no, but then there's like students that love the US, and after they finish that year, okay, if you do a master's degree, okay, if it's business related or STEM related, like technology, math, technology related, you do the master's 1 or 2 years, and then you can stay another 3 years working in the US. Okay, so you can prolong it quite a bit if you want. Yeah. Okay. So you have a higher chance to like get that that company to sponsor your working visa, or you can always go back home. have an amazing experience. US degrees are very well valued. The perceived value, like education is great, but also the perceived value of a US degree is way higher than in any other country, in most countries. So like that's another advantage.
Yeah, definitely. And then I have another question. What are some common challenges faced by students pursuing esports scholarships, such as skepticism from parents, and what misconceptions exists about esports as a career path?
Yes, so we have parents that are super supportive, and we have parents. I'm gonna tell you like a story. Like every year, I get even more surprised. So this RLCS player, okay, from Spain, that their parents knew he was playing a lot of video games, but he didn't know he was that good at at the game. I'm like, your kid is a pro. What
Yeah.
But so like we make sure. I mean, and we got the idea of an Australian student. Like of like he was like, so yeah. So how do I explain this to my parents? Can you give me like a checklist? So that's when we decided to like do a checklist of who we were, why to work with us, and a bit of information about esport programs and the scene. So we kind of give you like a guide of like how to communicate this opportunity to your parents and
Hmm.
yeah, or to your family members. Because like for example, Nordic students like Icelandic and other countries, like usually also have grants and loans from the government. So like not every time they depend on their parents. So for example, Italy, France, Spain, or Germany, like they don't have much aid to study abroad. So like they depend on their families to study abroad.
Hmm.
Nordic students, are more independent in that sense. So we can talk straight to them. So
Okay.
it also varies.
Okay. Is there any ways to make money while there?
Yes, as we mentioned, gents, pay attention, please. No, no. So as we mentioned, there's um, for coaching, there's online. Nah, I'm joking, gents. No, no. So there's online opportunities that you could like. You can coach other players, and have your bank account in your home country, okay, or any online stuff that you're doing that you can monetize on, up to you. If you don't, there's always on-campus job opportunities for international students. As mentioned, in the esports programs, there's various positions in event management, social media, uh, you know, what else? In broadcasting and production, they always need help, okay? Um, in the cafeteria, in the American football team, in the tennis team, if they need any help. So like the university does give you a lot of job opportunities because they know like students cannot get a whatever job off campus, in an
Mhm.
internship in a company. So
Yeah.
they facilitate that a, a lot to you, and also they're not very strict. So they know you're studying, you're practicing and competing. So one day you work 2 hours, the next day you don't work, the next day you do work 4 hours. Okay, but like the maximum that an international student can work is 20 hours per week on campus.
Hmm. All right.
Hope that
Um,
answered your question, Jens.
what does the future of esports scholarships in higher education look like, and what developments, games, or growth opportunities might emerge?
So in various video games, we're seeing that the new tier 2 is being, collegiate, especially in North America, because like university programs, okay, uh, don't, let's say, how can I put it? They don't need to make a profit like teams, like their profit is from tuition money. So, and the university are giving them millions for scholarships, infrastructure, okay, like traveling. So it's way easier for a collegiate program to offer like pro opportunities, like for example, like the infrastructure that a collegiate esports program has in the US or Canada is like pro level stuff,
Hmm.
uh, and the level that requires you to be part of it, okay, is not that high in comparison. And also you're getting a degree, and it's not that if you don't do well, one semester or 1 year, they're going to drop you out of the team and goodbye. You're a student first, okay? Like the main priority is having a passing grade, okay, and attending to class. Because even if you're the best player and you don't attend to class and have a passing grade, they're like, you cannot practice and compete, because the leagues and the tournaments have an eligibility criteria. Okay, so first you're a student, okay, and what a coach looks, okay, of course, your tracker, competitive experience. That's why they're having the call. But like also in the call, they want to see how coachable you are, okay, and what's how's your personality, okay, because like they're gonna have you for 4 years. They're not just gonna have you for a split, okay, and like, okay, I'm done, so it's a 4-year journey. So like, as long as you're humble, you're coachable, you ask the right questions. We have like like we give various templates for the students to be like, oh, okay, like to look at the questions. So like they're because it's so important when you're the one asking the questions and taking charge, than the esport director being, okay, the student, like I'm gonna have to do the same thing, 10 minutes of introduction to my esport program, and then I'm gonna have to force the questions out of the students. Our students, okay, like we prepare them in our weekly calls to like be the ones asking the questions and engaging, and that like is what stands out.
Yeah. So you hear that, everybody that is watching? Ask questions. Ask questions. Then you will get
Yeah,
noticed.
because that shows interest.
Yeah.
And if a esport does say like see interest, it's like, okay, this student has a high chance of like actually going to a program, because like they have calls every day with a lot of students. And and many students are like the passive ones, are just like, so like
Yeah.
what you know
Yeah. So I finished all my questions. Do you feel like you left anything out?
guys, what I would do is like, we offer, okay, here is a link for you guys to go apply. It's basically a form with all your academic esports information, preferences, okay, and we offer a few calls, okay, with no cost or commitment, okay, just to analyze your profile, and see how we can help you, okay, and based on that, then we can start working or not. But yeah, we offer like calls to analyze, basically, first the form is to see like if you're eligible, and if you're eligible, we have those calls and we explain you how we can help you. So I would advise you to fill in the form, okay, have the calls with us, okay, and then decide if this is something that you really want to do, okay.
What is a good
But
budget to
yeah,
get into a school?
as I mentioned, it really depends, like what degree do you want to study, where do you want to go in the US, okay, what video game do you compete, okay, because like depending on the video game, like there's not a huge league, okay, uh collegiate league, so like the scholarships are, but like there's video games that most programs have, and like the competitive scene is more active, so it would depend. Fortnite, gens, well, there's schools offering like full rides. There's schools you need a 10 to 15K housing, food, tuition in budget. Maybe if you're willing to invest a bit more, we can have like more variety of offers, and it can go up to like so like
Yeah.
it can depend, Jen. We have to have a call. We need to know like what you're looking for in the US or Canada, okay, and from there we're like, okay, this is what we can do and what you expect, and from there, that's when you decide.
Let's say we have some interested people here. Are they committing to anything by sending in the form? Like, if they
No,
send in the form, are they committed to anything?
no.
Okay, so Jens and everybody that has been asking some questions, and also people that haven't, just use the link that he just sent, and then you will have a one-on-one talk, and you will see like, then you can have all your answers, your questions answered, and also for Ice Nose or Noel, in the link you can see what courses you can find what to learn. So the link gives you a lot, and also just applying gives you a lot of information as well. Like Ivan said, you're not committing to anything by applying. You can apply, and then you can have the talk and see if you're eligible. If you're eligible, you can have the talk further and take it on to there. So just I at least recommend just applying and then have the talk with Ivan and the people at Esportian to take it further. Like, it's a great opportunity. I wish I was 20 years old, just coming out and just having a career in esports, going to the United States, competing in esports. Like, I looked at the images that from the links from the colleges, just going there and having the time of your life for 4 years competing in esports, learning, computer science, biology, business, just whatever. It's like, it's just a great opportunity, and it's just great to see how everything has evolved. It's an opportunity, like, for like esports player that are just want to either compete or have fun or whatever. Like, there are a lot of opportunities, to just take the opportunity, apply, and then see where it goes. I mean, don't be afraid. Like, you're not committing to anything.
Atli, as we mentioned, there's no age requirement to study. So if you're not interested, we can talk. And
Yeah, maybe I will apply myself.
Okay.
All right. So at least I have no further questions. I think Ivan has explained it a lot. If you guys have any more questions, now is the time to answer, or now is the time to ask them. Yeah. Do you have anything further to add, Ivan?
Honestly, guys, as Adli mentioned, just fill out the form. Let's see if you're eligible. If you're eligible, let's have an intro call. Okay. And so you have all the information you need to make the best decision, like have all on the table, based on your preferences. And from there, you take a decision.
I can vouch for Jens. He's really good at Fortnite. He's competing in the Elko Dilding, so I know about that. So
nice.
I hope your call goes good. He has already signed up, so
amazing.
Yeah, great.
Amazing.
So I just want to thank you guys for coming. It's been amazing. You can still send me an email at Atli@Rafíþór if you want to ask some Icelandic questions, and I will forward them to Ivan. Here's my email if you want to send me an email, or just go through the form. And I hope a lot of you will go to the United States on college. How do you say it? I just hope you go to college in the United States and play some esports. It's going to be great.
There you go. Have fun, like
Exactly, yeah.
At least make the education experience like more enjoyable. I mean, that's what it's about,
Exactly.
And leverage your talent. Or if you want to make it further, like you're in an environment, that you can take that next step as well,
Yeah, for sure.
Whatever your objective is. Yeah.
All right. I think we should leave it at that. Thank you, Ivan, for explaining this to us.
Thanks for the opportunity. Have a great day.
Well, great evening.
Sorry.
Yeah, great evening. Okay. All right. See you guys.
Bye-bye.